Did you know that you literally only need 8 exercises or movements to build muscle? That is it. You don't need a complicated plan. You don't need any fancy workouts. You just need these 8 things to get great results. These are the same movements that I've been using for years now to help structure my clients' workouts and help them get some amazing results over time. And in this video, I'm gonna go through exactly what these 8 movements are and how you can apply them into your training right away. So these things that I'm gonna talk about today are the same movements, the same exercise types that I structure into my clients' workouts every single day. I'm gonna go through the full way I structure the upper body sessions and the full way I structure the lower body sessions. So if you're using these 8 movements and you're incorporating them into your training programs, then this is gonna be all you need to hit all parts of the body, all areas of the body, and get great results, okay? So the first one is gonna be a horizontal push. Okay, now what this basically is when you are pushing a weight out in front of you horizontally, okay? Anything that works the chest, basically, all right? So if you wanna hit that chest, you wanna be pushing horizontally. And some of the exercises you can use for this, for example, any type of chest press machine, any type of bench press, dumbbells, barbells, incline Smith machine, or any type of kind of flying movements. You're on a cable fly, machine fly, you're on a dumbbell fly, any type of flying movements where you're bringing your arms kind of out from the sides and bringing them straight in just like that, okay? So that's the first movement and that is gonna hit the chest, all right? The second movement you wanna include is a horizontal pull. So just like the push, the opposite of that would be to pull horizontally. And this will be any type of what we call a row, okay? What do the muscles work? It works your back. Basically, it's gonna hit a wide variety of areas in your back. Now, depending on the angle of your arms, depending on what you wanna target, you can tweak this, but for most of us, we don't really need to worry about this at this point. But the main muscle groups it's gonna hit is your rhomboids, your lats, your traps, your rear delts, the muscles on your back, okay? Now, some exercises that include this, for example, a bent over row, a machine row, a single arm row with the dumbbells, the cable row, any type of rowing movement where you are pulling from in front of you horizontally towards your body is gonna hit these muscles and it's gonna work the back and classed as this horizontal row that I'm talking about right here, okay? So we hit the chest, we hit the back. Next one is the vertical push, okay? So it's not the horizontal push, this is the vertical push. And by this, what I mean is we're pushing over the top of your head, okay? And what does this work? It works the shoulders, okay? So what exercises can we use? The barbell or dumbbell shoulder press, any type of lateral raise, we're kind of lifting the arms in that direction, vertical, we're pushing up vertically. A machine shoulder press, overhead press, any movement like that in the sense of a vertical push is gonna hit your shoulders and it's gonna work your shoulders. Yeah. Next one is vertical pull. So we've got horizontal push, horizontal pull. We're gonna go vertical push, but now we've got the vertical pull, okay? So this is the fourth movement that I'm gonna talk about. What does the vertical pull work? Well, again, it's gonna work your back. It's gonna work the rhomboids, the lats, the traps, the rear delts. Again, it's another variation to hit your back. Instead of coming horizontally, we're pulling vertically, which can bias different areas of the back. Maybe we can bias the lower traps a little bit more. Maybe it gets a little bit more of the lats involved. Again, it depends on the exercise. That's going into things in a little bit more complexity and detail. But for you guys watching my content and watching this video, we don't really need to worry too much about that. We just think, okay, it's a row, it's gonna hit the back, okay? Any exercises like this, a vertical pull that you wanna start doing in the gym, pull-ups, for example, any type of pull downs, the lat pull down machines. This is a bit of a crazy machine I've got going on here, but it's a pull down variation. Any type of single arm pull down, you see people pulling down with the single arm on the cables, for example. Any type of this is gonna be classed as a vertical pull. It's gonna be training your back, okay? And the fifth one, and this concludes kind of the upper body movements, is gonna be elbow extension and elbow flexion. And what this means, basically, flexion extension is bending and straightening, pretty much. So elbow, when we straighten the elbow, so when we straighten the elbow from this type of position, we're gonna train the triceps. And when we bend the elbow from this type of position, flexion, we're gonna train the biceps, okay? So Elbow extension, elbow and flexion means biceps and triceps. All right. So what exercises can we use? Your barbell curls, easy bar curls, the cable curls, the tricep pushdowns, the overhead extensions, the cables, tricep dips. Any type of bicep exercise and any type of tricep exercise is going to train your elbow extension and your elbow flexion. All right. So with these 5 movements, if you're incorporating them into your sessions, into your upper body days, you're going to be hitting all areas of the upper body in a nice, balanced, even way. All right. And this can help you hit all them areas, can help you build muscle. All right. Next up is squat patterns. So now we're going to be moving on and we're going to be talking more about the legs and the leg days. And one of the most important parts to hit, one thing that I always like to train with my clients is the squat patterns that they're doing. All right. Now this doesn't have to be a back squat with the barbell. There's plenty of different variations of a squat that we can do. And all we're looking for is exercises that mimic that squat movement. They're going to be classed as a squat pattern. All right. But firstly, what will they work? What will a squat pattern work? What muscles in the work? Obviously, it's going to work the legs, but for the most part, it's going to work your quads. It's going to work your glutes. So the quads, the front of the leg, the glutes, your bum, and your adductors, which is the insides of your legs. They are the 3 main muscles that are going to be working when you are doing a squat. Okay. Now, exercises that you can use, like I said, it doesn't just have to be a barbell back squat. It can be any type of squat. It could be a back squat. It could be a leg press. That is a squat pattern or a squat motion. A hack squat. This is a pendulum squat on this picture I'm doing here, but again, it is a squatting motion. Smith machine squat, goblet squat, any type of movement that mimics that squat is going to be a squat pattern, and it's going to be good to include. Okay. A hinge pattern, right? And what is this? So what a hinge pattern is it's basically a pattern where we are hinging from the hips. It's a hip hinge movement. And that is when the hips are the only thing and the only part of the body that is moving. So we aim to keep the back nice and flat, and then we aim to keep the legs in a more of a fixed position, and all that's moving is the hips. So I want you to imagine it's like a door hinge. The hinge is the actual hip, and the door and the wall don't actually move. It's just that movement at your hips that is going on there. All right. And what do these work? What do hip hinges work? They work your glutes and they work your hamstrings. So they work the back of your body. That posterior chain is what they like to call it. All right. And what exercises can we do to train this hinge pattern so we can hit the glutes and the hamstrings effectively? Okay, 1 is a Romanian deadlift, like I'm doing in this example here. Number 2 is a deadlift. For example, a deadlift straight off the floor, a trap bar deadlift. Again, it's not might work over a little bit, so the body might work the quads a little bit here and there, but the main movers of a hinge pattern is going to be your glutes and your hamstrings. Okay, a hip thrust. I like to include this as a hinge pattern because we are extending at the hips and we are hinging back at the hips in a way. So I like to kind of put that exercise in this category. But any type of hip thrust, glute drive, glute raise, they are all them thrusting movements. To me, in my opinion, I just class them as a hip hinge to make things more simple. Okay, so we've got for the lower body, we've got our squat patterns, which are going to train the quads and the glutes and the adductors. We have our hinge patterns, which are going to train the glutes and the hamstrings. But we also have our knee extension and our knee flexion, which is number 8. So again, just like with the arms, we have extension and flexion at the elbow. We have extension and flexion at the knees, and these are going to work the quads and the hamstrings. Okay, so when we've got a bent knee and when we straighten the knee, we extend the knee. When we extend the knee, we're using the quads, as you probably feel that if you do that right now. If you extend your knee and squeeze, you're going to feel the top of your leg, the quads, your thighs is what you'll feel working there. And then the opposite of that, when we're bending the knee back, we're flexing the knee, the muscles that we're working is the back of the leg. It's going to be the hamstrings, okay? And the 2 exercises that will work your knee extension and flexion in that position only is the leg extension and a leg curl. I know there's different variations of a leg curl, like a seated one, a standing one, but either or, we are sitting down, we are bending the knee to train the hamstrings, and we are straightening the knee to train the quads. Okay, so these are the 8 movements that I'm talking about here. You literally don't need any more movements than that. Okay, if you're hitting these movements, you are going to be training your full body in areas, whether you're splitting that up into upper body days, lower body days, you're doing full body days. As long as you're hitting these movements twice a week over the course of time, that is more than enough to have a really balanced workout in place, and it's enough to really get you on the way to building muscle in the gym. All right, these are the only 8 movements that you will need to build muscle. And that is it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you want to watch more content like this, I'm going to leave another video up at the top. It's going to go through 8 tips for faster muscle growth. It's going to be 8 things that you can start doing today to help you build muscle that little bit faster. I'll leave it up at the top if you want to watch it. If not, if you've not subscribed already, drop me a subscribe and I will see you in the next one.